Hi all, Zerkyworky here. In this video I'm going to show you how to use the Action Manager to create actions that you can assign to planets or ships to perform, or research to perform different functionality and call different scripts for upgrading or using buffs or debuffs or whatever you want. So let's take a look at our planet we created in the last video. We have this Terran planet here, and of course, see, we have no actions. If we look at our research, we also have no actions. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a couple actions. So first thing we want to do is select your Space Action Manager, and then you'll see this button here called Add New Action. So we're going to click that, and then we're going to add an action for our planet to upgrade its infrastructure. So you'll notice that we can copy it from another action. We don't have any other actions, but we're going to name this upgrade infrastructure. And of course, if you look at the description, I've got a bunch of tags in here. If you look up here in the show help with the pound tags, you can see that there's many different tags that you can add in there to have it display information when you hover over the action. So we're going to discuss that later, but right now we look at art, which is the action research upgrade type, the requirement, a required action. We're not going to use that right now, so we'll go ahead and delete that. The required rank, we're not going to use that, so we'll get rid of that. The cooldown cost, or the cooldown, we'll leave it there, and the cost in credits and resources. And we can also display the mechanics that we add to show the player what the action is going to do exactly, or if it's a boost. But this is not going to be a boost, so we're going to get this, or get rid of that. And then our description here, we're going to change this to upgrade a planet's infrastructure. You can go into more detail if you want. And we're going to select an icon. I just have some generic icons in here I got off the internet. They're just placeholders. You can add your own icon sheet or whatever you want to do, but we'll go ahead and add, let's see, this one looks good. I don't know what it is, but we'll use it. We don't require a rank. Of course, we don't have any ranks. Credit cost, we'll say it costs 500 credits, 300 ore, and 120 crystal. And then our progress type. So we've got three different options in here. We've got it progress, cooldown, or a toggle. Progress means that the action will not be executed until the progress is done. Cooldown means you will not be able, it's executed right away, but you will not be able to execute it again until the cooldown goes away. Or toggle means it's just an action that gets executed when you turn it on and off. So we're going to keep it at progress, and we're going to say that the progress time, it says cooldown, but it is actually the same value for all three, or for the top two. So we'll say it takes 20 seconds to complete. Required means that it's required on all planets, so all planets that have the same setting for action type will use it. You can say whether or not you want to activate it on a tool, so it'll pop up a tool in your game and let you click anywhere to actually activate it. Once only means that it only will let you use it once. Level up per use, which is like you may have upgrade infrastructure 1, upgrade infrastructure 2. So we're going to go ahead and check that because we want to be able to upgrade to level 2, upgrade to level 3. And then the level, we have a max level, you can go up to level 10. We're just going to say level 3. And multiplier, what it does is it'll multiply by this value your cost and your time to produce. So this action type, since it's for a planet, we're going to put it on a planet owned. So that means that it'll go on a planet that we own. So once we set that, you'll notice that it disappears. So what we need to go up into this filter here and either choose show all or planet owned. We'll go ahead and put it on show all. So now we've got it back. Then we're going to select a behavior, but we're going to keep it defaulted to the upgrade behavior, because this upgrade will actually perform all upgrades to whatever object it's currently assigned to. And then of course you can pass in some other values to the behavior that you can use for your own values and stuff. So now we're going to add the mechanic that it's actually going to affect. So we're going to go ahead and copy from default, and we're going to upgrade the infrastructure. So we're not going to need to do anything but infrastructure. So we'll get rid of everything but infrastructure. We're going to say it's going to upgrade it to a plus 25. So remember, when we set up the planet, we set infrastructure at 100. So when you do this upgrade, it's going to upgrade it plus 25. So the infrastructure value for the planet will be 125 after you activate this action. So that's pretty much it. Let's go ahead and apply this. So now let's go back to our planet here, and down here in the actions flyout, you'll see that you can add owned actions or unowned actions, or auto add required. If we check this auto add required, because we set the action as required, it'll automatically add it when the game runs. Or you can just add it. So we're going to add this new action here, and there it is, upgrade infrastructure. So what this means is that if we click on the planet and we own it, we're going to see this action. If we click on a planet and we don't own it, we're going to see whatever actions we put in here. So let's go ahead and apply that, and we'll run the game now. Let's see, new game, and there we see we got our new action. We hover it over it, and we see our information that we have in the description. It's cost, and we see that it will do an infrastructure plus 25. So we'll go ahead and click that, and then it's going to be progress. And you'll see, since we selected it to be a level up, now we're at upgrade infrastructure 2. So, and you'll see that our infrastructure is 100 plus 25. If we go over the planet, we also see our infrastructure is 100 plus 25. Now we're going to add a new action, and we're going to add some code behind it, and I'll show you how to do that now. Let's add a new action, and we'll call it oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that if you go up into your filter, and let's do a planet unowned action, and then add your action, it's going to automatically add it to that category, as you see here. So let's go ahead and name this. What's something we could do on a planet, on an unknown planet? Maybe explore, or search, or maybe spy network. Let's do spy network. We'll just call it spy network for now. We'll leave all these in here for the time being. Select an icon for it. Let's do that one. Looks good. Progress. We'll do progress. We'll leave it at 10 seconds so we can actually see it go faster. Planet unknown, and we're going to write a new behavior for it. So what we're going to do is in your SpaceRTSKit scripts, behaviors, actions, you'll see an action template behavior here. We're going to hit Control D to duplicate that, and we'll rename it action spy network behavior. We'll go ahead and move it over into my space game. You could organize it a lot better than I'm organizing this. I'm just putting stuff in there for the sake of this tutorial. But let's go ahead and reload all that. Go ahead and open this file now and rename it to Spy Network here too as well. Okay, for default it'll actually just print out this message, so we'll go ahead and change this text message here to something like Spy Network established on, and then we want to get the planet name. So the base action behavior has a member in it called owner, so we're going to grab planet equals, and we're going to cast owner into planet. So now we have our planet. So now we can actually print out the name here. So we'll say planet.properName. Proper name is whatever name is given to it when the planet is created from the generator. Okay, we'll go ahead and save that. Come back over here. Back to our actions manager. Wait for it to compile here. There we go. And we're going to drag that action spy network behavior over in here to this drop behavior here, and it's going to assign it here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and apply this. And we'll go back to our planet. And we'll go down where it says add new unowned action. We'll go ahead and add our spy network. And we'll go ahead and apply that. Now when we run the game, so now we're over here at Bobble, and we see our action here, Spy Network. So we're going to go ahead and click it. We didn't set any values or set any of that up, but you would go ahead and do that there. And there's our message, Spy Network established on Bobble. So that's it. Essentially what you can do is you can add your own code in here to do whatever you want. Spawn something, set a value in a mechanics dictionary somewhere, create objects, whatever. I just had an idea for taking it a step further. How about if we had to research spy networking first, and then, which would allow us to do an action on unknown planets, perhaps called infiltrate. So let's go back to the action manager and our spy network action here. We're going to rename that to spy networking, and we're going to say that it's once only. You can only research it once, and we're going to change it to a research action type. And the research type, you've got planetary, system, fleet, and military. We'll set it for system, and then we're just we don't want it to do spy network, so what we're going to do is we're just going to use our default action behavior of upgrade behavior. So we'll drop that in there. So action upgrade behavior. And then since it's an upgrade, we're going to add a new mechanic here, and we're going to call it spy networking. And it gets set to the value of 1 when we research it. So let's go ahead and add our infiltrate action. Go ahead and add a new action, and let's go ahead and copy it from spy networking, and we'll call it infiltrate. Did I spell that right? Infiltrate. Okay, there we got it. You'll see it automatically populates it with a lot of the things that we need, but we need to change this back to a planet unknown, because this is going to be the action that we do on the unknown planet after we've researched spy networking. And then we're going to go ahead and put in our action that we created earlier, action spy network behavior. That's going to do all of our code for spying, and we don't need that right there. So let's go ahead and apply that and test it out. Oh, there's one thing I forgot to do. On our planet Terra, we need to add back that action. So we're going to go ahead and put that back in here. You could make it an required and have it automatically get added, but we're just going to go ahead and add it here. So, but we want to link them together first. So what we're going to do is go back into our action manager here, and under our infiltrate, we want to be able to say, well, if you don't have the research, then you can't do it. So we're going to change this required action to infiltrate. Next, we need to go back into our space manager, and we need to go ahead and add spy networking as a race mechanic to each of the races, which means this is a placeholder for that variable we're going to use for our upgrading in each race. So each race will get this variable. So when we execute the infiltrate or the spy networking action, this mechanic will get set to that value, which means that we've researched it. So now when we run it, and we go to this one of these planets here, we'll see we have infiltrate, but we can't do anything with it. So we're going to go ahead and research spy networking. Boom, now we have it. They're linked together. So now we can research infiltrate. If we wanted to have this like you had to research this 3 times before you could infiltrate, then you would simply just set level up per use, max level 3 for your spy networking, and then for infiltrate, for the action level required, we set that to the same level as our max.